Καλησπέρα σας, καλώς ήρθατε στον APFM, στο ραδιοφωνικό σταθμό του Πανεπιστημίου Πατρών. Μας ακούτε μέσω της συχνότητας του ημέρα FM στους 90,4 είτε μέσω του site μας apfm.patras.gr.
Καλησπέρα, βρισκόμαστε με τους City of the Sun, ένα αμερικανικό συγκρότημα από τη Νέα Υόρκη που έρχεται για δεύτερη φορά στην Ελλάδα. Και είμαστε εδώ μαζεμένοι για να κάνουμε μια συνέντευξη, να μας πούν την εμπειρία τους και να ανταλλάξουμε κάποιες γνώμες για τη μουσική εδώ.
Hi. Hey, what's up?
So we're here in order to have an interview with the amazing band City of the Sun, came from New York, and we're super excited to have contact with them here with us. So good evening.
Good evening. Καλησπέρα.
Καλησπέρα. So what is City of the Sun for you, individually?
For me, it's a group that plays spontaneous and fun music. We all have different influences, and if we were doing our own thing, I think we would play different kinds of music. And I think together we merge our styles into a spontaneous, energetic show. And I think that's what City of the Sun is to me. It's a live experience. Yeah.
You?
I think City of the Sun is kind of... I mean, it doesn't have one specific meaning to me. It's not a specific city. It's not a specific genre. It's not a specific sun. You know, it's like, I think it's open for interpretation, and we play instrumental music, so there's no like specific language either or specific country that it's applicable to. So, I mean, that's what it kind of means for me. It's kind of something universal.
Yeah, so after we started looking into the name, John came up with the name kind of more randomly, but looked into it. There's a mythological place called City of the Sun. It's supposed to be like a utopian town where everything is euphoric and it's a beautiful place. So I think that's a cool correlation because hopefully our music can take you somewhere else in your mind. And so yeah, when people come up to us after the show, they say, "Oh, your music takes me to this place," and I feel, you know, all these feelings. It's really gratifying because you want your music to like invoke a lot of feeling in someone, whether they're getting through something difficult or they're working or whatever.
Could you somehow label your style of music? Could you somehow...
I like to keep it more open, as Avi said. I think that our music is very universal, and so sometimes the labeling can, in people's heads, they hear it and they say, "Oh, that's this. I don't usually like that music, so I'm not going to listen." So for me, I like to say just music.
Actually, I think that what both of you said, that there is no a particular city for you or a particular sun, and that you said that all of you have different influences. Yeah. We can see
like
that.
A lack of a plan, where other bands maybe they want to play rock music, they want to play maybe music that's pop, and we all maybe would do that if it was more planned, but because of the way of the nature of the band, we started on the street. It began like, let's just play music together, and like we use acoustic instruments and we kind of blend our styles into a fun, energetic experience, and I think that's what I wouldn't call it a specific genre.
Exactly. Listening to your albums, I can say that you are playing instrumental rock, but you have some explosive parts, and then like in one song I can find even some blues.
Yeah.
And then
many
something
ethnic styles.
Yes,
Yeah.
Something darker, and I'm like, it's like a really good blend of whatever you like, actually, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like, just like we are all into a lot of different types of music, and a lot of things we like to do are very cinematic, like it's like visual, you can visualize a movie or open for interpretation.
Yes, I think your music can easily be a soundtrack of one movie. Do you have a favorite movie?
A favorite movie?
Yeah.
You did that question.
Okay.
Just because I have a hard time really deciding what my favorite movie is. I feel like I have to come to a conclusion.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
That's a good one.
Okay, I like Goodfellas too. It's not
a favorite, but it's a good one.
I used to love The Matrix. I used to say that was my favorite movie, but now I don't.
There's a movie, Call Me By Your Name, the new movie.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yes, the city of the sun of south of.
The soundtrack is great.
The soundtrack is great, and Italy and everything.
The whole thing.
I believe some music could be used for that movie. Your music.
Because it's folk influence, that has a lot of folk music in it.
Would you like that?
Of course, that would be fun.
Well, actually, I have a kind of important question for the young people of Greece. You said that you start your music from the streets. Actually, I guess you were doing what you love, just playing random music, and I guess you're friends, so... the situation here is difficult, so I think young people, they just choose randomly to work like in a bank or in a hospital, and they stop following their dreams. What will be your advice for them?
Never give up, never stop. Because crazy, weird things happen in life if you keep going. Like this is crazy.
The interview.
From the subway to like playing Thessaloniki, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
No, quit your jobs. Just quit your jobs, drop out of school. No, I'm kidding.
No. It's okay. For me, I agree.
But I actually don't really believe that. I don't, I obviously think it's important to get an education and
just pursue what you like.
Just be true to yourself, kind of, in that sense of like, pursue the form of whatever's gonna make you happy. Whether that's music, if music makes you happy,
or apostrophes.com.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I think that when you do what you love, you work the hardest, and therefore you can find the most success.
Do you believe that following the rise of all these new internet platforms is easier or harder for the new artists to further their work?
I think it's a new day and age for the music industry, and you have to learn. It's not easy to keep up with, but there's a lot of tools for you to, as a band, as an independent band, to reach the world, and the proof is just in the fact that we're here. A YouTube playlist guy here in Greece that everyone seems to know found our music through an Instagram post that his girlfriend saw of some blogger in New York of us playing on the street, and she told him, and he found our music and then put it up, and then people got to know us, and then we got asked to come to Street Mode Festival, and here we are, second year in Greece. So without the internet and without the ability to to instantly take somebody's video on Instagram from us playing in New York on the street to a big playlist in Greece is something amazing, and I think it's a positive thing that allows artists to have more control and be less dependent on record labels or big companies.
But doesn't this make your music more mainstream?
I think it's like what Zach was saying. It's we wouldn't be here, particularly us, because we play instrumental music that doesn't have any pop sensitive. Well, it maybe does, but it doesn't have any like typical Miley Cyrus singing, whatever. So because it's instrumental, it's harder for maybe labels at the time to picture what this could be. But the people have almost made the decision for us on Spotify and YouTube and stuff like that.
They digest your music.
They like it, and there's nothing any company, anyone can do. People listen to it because they like it. And they can't make like, oh, this is not that. People just like it, and that's a good thing because of technology.
And if anything, for us, it's positive because at the end of the day, we just want to reach people, and we don't really care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's mainstream, that means we reach more people, not by being necessarily mainstream. If we can reach more people just by doing what we do, that's kind of the beauty of the modern day world, is that it doesn't have to be that mainstream in order for people to hear it in different parts of the world. It just has to be something that they might like. And things like Spotify are giving people
freedom,
different types of music that might be good for them, and that gives artists like us an opportunity to have a new way of making a career or something like that, with something that maybe 20 years ago would have been much harder for us to make a career doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it has its pluses and minuses, obviously.
Yeah, because mainstream does not mean a lack of quality. So,
Right.
Right.
Miley
Sometimes it does.
Cyrus is really
Yeah, the big companies, like say in the 1970s, they controlled the radio, they controlled the record labels. So they were the gatekeepers. They had to allow you success. So if there was a type of music or something that, they could control it, they could limit it. So there's more freedom now in the artist's hands, and I think that's going to allow the art form to progress even more. So, hopefully.
What many people admire in you is your energy, your emotions at stage or generally. How important is the performance to you, and how does that make you inspire things?
Oh, I would say that for us, a lot of the half of the thing we did, it was half performance, half music at first. Now we're trying to get better at recording it and like documenting what we do, but the performance still like a big part of it, and you almost get people saying once you see it, you get it. And I think that's, for us, like, the performance is a very important part of the group. Putting on a entertaining show.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's really important to feel a certain flow with the audience, and when you give energy and then they give it back, you can start this cycle.
Interaction? Okay.
Yeah, that grows and it fuels the show, and it makes us play harder with more passion, and then they give us more back, and it's a beautiful thing when it happens. When it doesn't happen, it's kind of sad. So
we said
we're
something
thankful for
about
that.
We said something about the energy. No, I mean, I can't remember now, but
What are the things that you looked forward to coming in Greece, and what you didn't look forward to?
I look forward to
expectations.
The only thing, I don't know, I liked everything. Like, I like the people, I like the food, I like the beer. Maybe the long drives. Maybe that's it. Everything else is great.
Yeah, but that was mostly
In Romania.
coming from Poland,
Greece has been great.
getting all the way here.
It was.
Yeah, no, the food I think we all agree on is probably some.
Did you eat the traditional ones like souvlaki?
Yeah.
Yes,
Of course.
we had souvlaki. What's that other one we had? Tureki or something?
Tureki, yes, of
We
course.
didn't have tureki.
Unagi.
I wish I had it. You're talking about the tiropita
Yes.
with the honey, the cheese pie with the honey.
But
And
we
the
can find
Saganaki?
Saganaki, of course. But
So we've had some.
I love
I think
Surdeki.
we will find for you Tureki.
Okay.
You
I would love that.
you were in Thessaloniki. We will try to compete that.
Do you think that Greek elements could inspire you for your music?
Yeah, I was just talking to John about this last night. I think that without us realizing it, our music has more in common with Greek music than we planned or than we know. For instance, I think John's sound is slightly reminiscent of the tones of the bouzouki in a different way, different effects, but the timbre of it is similar. And my mother comes from Greek heritage, and so I grew up in a Greek church, and I played doumbek for a little bit, played like Greek weddings and for Greek dancing, and the rhythm is definitely in me. And I think Avi has a lot of influences that are.
Well, I lived in Israel for a while, and a lot of the Israeli music is very influenced by the Greek music. And a lot of Greek musicians come and they play in Israel and they tour out there, and they're pretty big, and people go nuts for them.
Yeah.
So you'll hear some Greek artists on the radio, and people will be playing it there. And so I think it just like it kind of feels like natural when I hear it. Even when I'm here, I'm like, I don't know, like it doesn't sound like foreign to me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Recently, I realized that. I have some friends from India, and when they hear bouzouki, they're like, "Oh, we have something similar."
Yeah.
I think.
India, we have been, a lot of people reach out to us about coming to India too.
I think
Yeah.
there you will also find this thing. I mean, no, it's not who gives to whom. I mean, with music, you always exchange
Right. Yeah.
knowledge and taste and style and everything. So you just take and give. And I think yes, Israel is really it's closer to us. India is really loud for our taste, but it's okay. I think you will love it there. I think.
Yeah. No, I think we're gonna eventually make our way out there. We started noticing that online. Some of our fans are from India, and we've been getting hit up all the time to come
From India, even Turkey also.
Turkey is
And it is actually, it's on my list of places that I would like to go at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to know you a little bit better, there is a game. I think it's trending, and it's called "What Food Are You?" So, are you? So, I will ask John, what food is Avi?
I know.
Don't be offensive, huh? Don't hurt my feelings.
as long as it's not falafel. Lemon pie is the bad one. No. Falafel.
And Avi, what is John?
John is steak and eggs.
Okay.
John is steak and
What about
eggs.
Zach?
Zach, what is Avi?
For me, Avi is pita and hummus.
Oh, pita and nice.
Very simple, very quick,
And super tasty.
and super. Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, I mean. Hey, what's John?
John is like, yeah, I would say steak and eggs too, but only the steak and the eggs.
Separate.
You can't put any cheese or any onions or any other sauces or anything. It's just.
What do you think about him?
He's a dietary salad. No, I think that's what he is.
And you, for these two?
For Zach, I would say he's either his egg tortillas that he makes every single morning almost, or
Breakfast tacos.
breakfast tacos. That's right.
Breakfast
tacos.
I make homemade tortillas out of eggs.
No. The breakfast tacos. That's what I do.
Okay.
Or kombucha.
Or what?
Kombucha.
I don't know that.
You don't know what that is?
You will know eventually.
I make my own kombucha. It's a fermented tea,
Okay.
and it's really good for you.
And John?
You
What's
already
your-
said it. Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs.
That's
Yes.
why I
Oh,
said-
sorry. Yes. Sorry. We have something else. What should wait for you this night? from you?
What do you expect from us?
I mean, in the show.
Oh yeah.
Some fun.
So John has this thing planned for tonight only. He's gonna do a backflip into the stage.
And then when I post the photos, I'm gonna kill that joke.
Okay.
And your future plans in general?
We're looking into recording another studio, a proper, better studio album. We're going on tour in the U.S. and we are planning to come back to Europe next year.
And we'd like to do some touring, and we've never been to Western Europe.
London and stuff.
As much as we love Eastern Europe, we feel like we need to go to London and UK, France, maybe the Netherlands.
Of course.
But the immediate plan is that I'm going to Zakynthos tomorrow to relax.
Oh, what's Athens?
No, I mean,
Well, John and I aren't going to Zakynthos. We think we're going to Athens. Yeah.
nice. Thank you guys very, very much. Oh, sorry.
No, that's it. That was done.
Okay. Thank you guys very, very much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.